They're afraid. Look, when the feds come in the indictment, they said that they beat the case.
Yeah.
Ain't beat no case. You never did nothing.
Right.
You never did nothing. They put him in the indictment because when you gave him 50,000, they said you was money laundering. You gave him the 50,000 because you. And when I keep having friction with them, he goes, "Let's kill this little." Man, tell you he beat the case, and he said by the time he was done with his case, he owed $2 million. How did you beat? How did you win? You never did nothing. I went to trial with a legal aid attorney. A legal aid attorney had never been to trial because they couldn't help. There was no financial help or support for him because of that. So the government is saying, get these out of the way, trying to help by giving them the case, and they'll struggle to beat that case while we're taking care of what we need to take care of with this. They look at me like I'm a bully because I ain't accept what just went down. They don't teach you to accept that.
Watching this whole situation with 50 Cent and Irv Gotti, R.I.P. Irv Gotti, you know, he passed away yesterday, 54, hella young. 54 is young. But watching this situation with 50 Cent trolling Irv Gotti, you know, 50 Cent got up on Instagram yesterday, posted a picture to his account. He's sitting there smoking a hookah, got the little R.I.P. pillow to him, nice little cloud of smoke up. And he put in the caption, he's smoking on that Irv Gotti pack, right? He's smoking on that Irv Gotti pack. Now, of course, it's got the internet in an uproar right here. People are upset with 50. They feel some kind of way about 50. And, you know, as distasteful as that is, I could see from this situation right here, and the internet opinion is that a lot of you motherfuckers out there in the internet world have never been in the streets. And if you have, you ain't never really been deep in the streets, let alone had a motherfucker try to knock you off and take your life. Because the situation with 50 Cent, Irv Gotti, Supreme, like that shit runs way deeper than a lot of you motherfuckers can even comprehend. You know, it's great for y'all to be able to give your opinion because, I mean, the internet allows for that shit. But, you know, 50 Cent is one of the last gangster rappers. You know what I mean? I think Ice-T quoted him on that right there. That was an Ice-T quote, right? 50 Cent, one of the last real gangster rappers, because 50 Cent really come from the streets, right? He really that guy to a degree. We may have watched him for so long and seen him on TV and shit like that, but we forget where 50 came from and how 50 was bred and how 50 came up. And we forget how deep the beef is with Irv Gotti and Murder Inc. and Supreme. You got to remember, they tried to eradicate 50 Cent off this earth. So do I feel like 50 Cent is wrong for mocking his enemy's death? I really don't. You know what I mean? I done had a motherfucker try to kill me before. I done been stabbed 9 times. Motherfucker punctured my lung, collapsed my lung, and punctured my diaphragm. I mean, every time I look in the mirror, I got a zipper. I got a constant reminder of these bitch ass motherfuckers right there. You know, that situation alone is deep. You know, for 50 Cent to be shot in the mouth, what he say? Many men, wish death upon me. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, he done been shot all in the mouth, and it's crazy how God worked, right? They tried to knock 50 Cent off, and what happened with 50 Cent is that piece of the equation took 50 to the next level right there. What was bad, he turned into good, and he's been allowing 50 Cent to make this run for a long time, even though Irv Gotti at one point in time said that 50 Cent was an agent of chaos from Satan himself.
Engine of chaos. You know, certain people say, you know, you get shot here, right? He got shot in his mouth. You're like, that's inches, right? This is just me talking, everybody. It's not a thing, but you know, who saved him? People be like, God. Your first thing is, yo, God saved this guy. Maybe the devil, maybe Satan saved him. Because he's a great engine of chaos. I don't think God would save somebody who moves like that. I don't think God would save somebody who disrespects his own family and is just everything you think of 50 is just negative. He's just an engine of negativity, beef, chaos. Sounds like he's with Satan to me, man. I think, you know, Satan was like, I'm gonna use you. You're gonna be great for me. You know, Satan is the angel of music.
So when I see 50 Cent get up on here and troll his enemy, yeah, I think it's distasteful, right? He come into the internet, he at that age, but what's going on with 50 is a heart issue right there. He's really saying fuck him though. That's what he said. He said fuck him. He said that motherfucker tried to kill me, tried to eradicate me off this earth, and that issue in his heart is only an issue between him and God. Motherfuckers is on here. I see people, the other commentators and shit, and they like, that ain't the cool thing to do. Well, internet nerd motherfucker, ain't nobody trying to be cool but you weird motherfuckers on here trying the cool thing to do. That motherfucker don't care about that shit being cool. That's his motherfucking real life enemy right there. You don't get that shit? Real life, like, outside of this screen type shit. And I can understand it. I get it. I comprehend it. You know what I mean? It's Hollywood, though. What Rick Ross said the other day, the best entertainment is the entertainment you don't realize is entertainment. And here you motherfuckers is being entertained. 50 Cent getting free publicity off this shit. Because at the end of the day, his world ain't changing on nothing about your opinion, my opinion, or anybody's opinion. His money's still flowing in. He's still paying his bills. But he going to have to bring that up with God at one point in time. His heart is hardened. And he has to get that right amongst himself. But how can you blame the man? The man almost got killed, right? Let's not a lot of you motherfuckers I know is too young to remember the early 2000s, but for me, 2000s was 50 Cent's era when he blew up. When he signed to Dr. Dre in 2003 and everybody was bumping 50 Cent, I had caught my case that I went to the penitentiary for. At the age of 20, I got a 22-year sentence in 2003 and went all the way up to 2014, but when I got locked up, 50 Cent was blowing up. So like when I was going through the county, when I got to the pen, like all that 50 Cent shit was on there, but I had got 50 Cent's album before I got locked up, the Get Rich or Die Trying album. And then when that shit had dropped, that shit was major back in the day. That Wankster was so hard back in the day. I listen to it now, it don't really have no touch, but I mean like that whole album, I mean, that whole album, Many Men, yeah, that shit right there. Wish death upon me, that shit right there. There's so many classics off that shit right there, and that's when he really blew up. But before that, he had a gang of mixtapes out in the beef that he had with Irv Gotti, Murder Inc., Ja Rule, Supreme. All that shit was still kind of like unfolding and doing all that shit back in the day. And you forget, though, a lot of you motherfuckers forget that, Ja Rule used to be the studio gangster, right? They used to label Ja Rule the studio gangster, but he was tied in with Murder Inc., and Murder Inc. was tied in with Supreme, who was one of the biggest drug kingpins out there, the Supreme team, right? So, Supreme had a hand. He's the one that paid for the hit to get 50 Cent shot. And I feel like he killed like 4 of 50 Cent's like closest people, right? Like good people that he fucked with or admired or so forth, something along them lines, right? So there's already been real bloodshed behind this shit. The man that got him shot in the face. How could a motherfucker say here, get up on here and say something about the shit being distasteful or say disrespectful about 50, but yet the real disrespectful shit was Irv Gotti being tied in with Supreme and having a hand and 50 Cent getting shot all up like that or getting killed. We don't know how many motherfucking bodies Irv Gotti might have or have a hand in behind the scenes. We don't know that shit. He dealing with that in front of God now, though. His time has came. God done called him home, and there's no more of this earthly, worldly shit right here for him to absorb. And now he gotta answer for all that. There's no escaping it, right? Because we all gonna die at some point. But for the internet to really get up on here and call 50 Cent disrespectful in that sense, when this man and try to kill him, lets me know you motherfuckers really ain't never been in the streets or understand this street shit. But y'all are fans of the street shit. A lot of motherfuckers on here is fans of the street shit, fans of the penitentiary, gang world, the whole nine. But you motherfuckers have never been involved. It's like WWF to you guys. I get it. There was also one point in time they tried to label 50 Cent a rat, right? Irv Gotti tried to paint the picture of 50 Cent as a rat because 50 Cent had punched on Ja Rule like way before. And they were having some kind of little set down. And I remember like the motherfucking shit kicked off into like a little melee. A DJ ended up getting stabbed and the DJ pressed charges because he was just innocent bystander. So he did something that a citizen would do. And ultimately by doing that, they had put 50 Cent's name in there since he had gave him his entourage and all that shit right there. And the courts issued out restraining orders against Irv Gotti, not Supreme, but Irv Gotti. And I don't think it was even Ja Rule. I think it was just Irv Gotti and some other people, right? And Irv Gotti used that shit to try to paint 50 Cent as a rat. Now we know 50 Cent comes from Queens, New York, right? So being labeled a rat back in them days right there were killing words, you know what I mean?
The moral of the snitch, you a snitch, this is now, that's the worst thing you can be in the environment that I come up in.
In today's world, motherfuckers is cool with it. Some of they big homies done told but they didn't tell all we know how these motherfuckers is working nowadays, right? So whole nother story. But long story short, 50 Cent looking at this as his real life enemy, real life opposition. So, he's outlived Irv Gotti at this point. So he get the last laugh. He get the last laugh. Now, is the internet gonna keep that same energy? 50 Cent know that. When he die, motherfuckers is gonna be popping bottles, having celebrations, the all nine. And 50 Cent cool with that. He ain't worried about none of that shit. And nor should he be. Because at the end of the day, your opinion, my opinion really don't mean shit. His money's still coming in. He's still taking care of his side, his family, his world. And he done gave y'all motherfuckers some more free entertainment. And you think for 50 being around for so long and staying relevant, that speaks highly of his character. I don't know what he's done did, and I still think the shit flawed of knowing that Meech was a rat and using Meech to his advantage. But hey, I don't agree with a lot of shit. That's why my opinion don't be the majority opinion, and I'm cool with that. I stand on my own principles. I got to go into my own grave, so I'm going to be on my own type of time. You feel me? But at the end of the day, I feel 50 Cent ain't, maybe distasteful to the world at large, but I get it. That's his real enemy. That's his real opposition. What's more disrespectful, trying to kill a man and take him off this earth and killing his friends, or motherfucker trolling him on the internet? Y'all pick y'all poison, but let me know what y'all think down below. Y'all know my opinion. If you made it this far, show some love for the one time. If you ain't sub up, hit the button, sub up, and I'm going to catch y'all on the next video.